Well, hello everyone. How are we doing tonight? You guys can't tell I am trying a new streaming setup, so I thought, what better time like the present to try to go ahead and try this out. My voice says it keeps redlining for a bit, but we'll see about that. If I move that a bit farther back. There we go. And maybe that'll be too far, but we'll see where the night goes on. Christopher Lawrence is already in the stream. How are we doing tonight, sir? I just realized how close the mic is to me holding the controller, so hopefully that's not a big deal. Oh, it is so much more comfortable to stream from up here than it is down in the basement. Well, let's resume. Oh. This must have carried over my save from the last time I streamed this.
Oh yeah, Mario time! Woohoo!
Let's see what happens here. If I'm right, I know I have to turn the volume down a little bit. Oh, we had just started World 3. Another new feature is that the chat is now available from my same viewing window as my stream, so... now I gotta remember how these controls work. I thought I could climb a tree. I was gonna say. I forgot there's a time limit here, so you can't be dilly-dallying too much. And there's... I was gonna say, there's a trick to getting out of here somewhere. Ooh. Is that another Chris, or is that the same Chris? Did you change your name since I keep calling you Christopher Lawrence? It's the same profile picture, but I'll just call you Chris. I don't know if there was... Hasn't there been other Chris's that have watched my stream? That's why I always specify which one it is. Oh yes, my favorite power-up. Oh. Come on. Give me the boot. Ah, lost it in a second. That's right. Woohoo! Ah. Well, that was short-lived. And I don't have my feather power up to get the one in the middle. Unless... Nope. That one didn't work. Ah! That one still didn't work. Okay, that works. There we go. I just wasn't giving it the right amount of oomph. Or, as I've said in my previous streams, not enough mustard. Up. Oh, it gets rid of the boot too? But I like Das Boot. Saying both names is a bit weird. That's alright, Chris. We'll call you Chris. That is fine by me. You have to remind me if you were on yesterday. Yesterday I was... I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was a bit, I'll say burnout from the day. Esports practice. Ooh. Get the bunny, 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 get the bunny. Fudge. Oh, of course. The only way I couldn't catch him is if he goes right back in for the enemies. I gotta get the bunny. Get the bunny, 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 get the bunny. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what they do to make those bunnies so unlikable. Come on. But they definitely do it. Oh. Do I need the cat suit to get up there? How am I? I know I've got like 5 seconds left to get out of here, but whatever. Yeah, I must need some power up that I'm lacking in right now. I think the feather. And if I'm right, this should be coming at 72060. The computer up here is an older Windows machine that doesn't have a graphics card, so it doesn't really do too well in terms of 1080 60 streaming, but it should look good at 720 60. Again, this is kind of a casual night to game. Also to kind of make it for last night, too, just because people seem to be bugging out on the fact that I've been streaming a lot of Neo Geo stuff lately. Just to show I do still play other games. Although I'm pretty sure I played this game last year on stream, too. Because right at the beginning of the shutdowns, I was playing a lot of PSP, and I was playing Animal Crossing on the Switch, but I was also playing a bunch of Wii U games that I had just never beat. Ooh. That's what I need. What a cat wants, what a cat needs. No? Oh. I forgot how much better traction Mario has as Cat Mario. And I do not see... Oh! Climb! Climb! Darn it. And now I can't really... Oh! Can't do anything there. Interesting. But also, let's see... Ah! Oh, I also rode the rail a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to tell for me where I'm going to end up in this level. I really wish I could use my, see? Yeah. Okay, I get to keep the stars in this one. I think before... I don't know if that's a difficulty setting or... Oh, crap, this level just got harder again. Let's see what I can do with this. Yeah, I needed the cat suit to get across here. Yeah, no way I can make that jump. Dang it. Cat suit again. Something tells me I remember this part, like it took a few too many times for me to beat it. Like right there. I should have been able to grab onto the front, but I didn't. I would say the auto-scrolling levels of any Mario game has probably been my least favorite. I think the best thing about Super Mario Bros. 3 was that you can skip the first auto-scrolling level. It's like they knew, hey, people aren't going to enjoy this too much. Let's let the people who don't care about it skip it. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. It wasn't too bad. But finding out where I'm going to land after the fact, yep. Now this level got harder again. Nope. Extreme luck, not skill. I just beat the game? I just beat the level. I'm good with that. Oh, I can't get the... I can't get it without the cat suit. I was also wondering who was going to tune in tonight. Where's everyone at? So last night was a was a bit more burned out than usual just because esports practice before that kind of takes it out of me. It's a long day. I get up a lot earlier. I have an hour earlier to go to work. I get out of work 2 hours later on Tuesdays, and today just seemed like a good day to do it. And if I can get this setup up here working more consistently, I will be probably streaming more often. Because I was thinking, whoops, instead of working on this today, what I should have been doing was working on another video. But that didn't happen, so I decided to do this. This will kind of... well, that's... yes. Now, this doesn't kill the ghosts, but it temporarily gets rid of them. I feel like there was a secret down here. But I don't know what it would have been. Oh, the secret's up here. Four, 3, 2. Can I get it in time? Yes. I don't know how you're supposed to know to jump into that picture. I just remembered it from last time. I think I accidentally discovered it is what happened. Oh yay, bookcases that can do whatever. Okay. Oh. How do I get up there? Big boo there. Oh, there's a one-up mushroom back here. If I'm right, I don't want to go down that pipe. Ah. Guess you're the only one here. Hey, that's alright, Chris. We can hang out for a little bit. This does kind of remind me a bit more of the earlier days of me streaming. You were one of the only people here most of the time. I guess I'll ask this, what have you been playing lately? Oh, of course. Of course that's a... ooh, just in case you wanted a one-up. It's not a real one-up. Yeah, that's too risky. I don't need the time. I say that now. And if I'm right, I need the couch. Ghost houses in Mario games were always kind of the... oh! Okay, I thought that was the actual way out, but actually that was the other star, so... either way. I'm okay with that. Don't grab the bad flagpole, grab the good flagpole. Oh. There we go. We got the fireworks to show it. I remember when I first played this game. This is the game I got with my Wii U, even though I'm playing it on the Switch today. I didn't really think too much of this game. I probably only got a little bit past World 3, and I was like, you know what, this game's not as good as I wanted to play. I wanted to play I thought the better game at the time was New Super Mario Bros. For Wii U. Oh yes, super speed level. We can do this here in a second. Because you're the only one I'm working. You're the only... because I'm only working on nighttime. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well... Oh, I already missed it. There's one at the beginning. I almost jumped right over it. Alright. So you're gonna see me... Yep, you're gonna see me make several mistakes because I gotta be in a hurry when I do this. But thankfully, now I'm able to keep my stars. I don't remember that being the case in the original. What I could really use is one of those feather power-ups. But I doubt I'm going to get one. Oh, come on, little bunny. Come on, bunny. Bunny. Yes. Alright, take your time. There ain't no clock on this. Well, there is, but just pretend there's not. Ah! Oh, of course. 55 seconds. I don't know if I can still beat this at 55 seconds. There's some time. 56. 62. There we go. I might get the 3 stars on the first try. And the flagpole? Must be getting better at this game. What really messes me in this game is the isometric perspective, the 3D part of the 3D world, I guess. The 2.5D. Then again, the original Crash Bandicoot messes with me a lot like that, too. Uh-oh. Got a Kami Koopa. Do I have any power-ups? No. I'd really like a power-up if I'm going to be messing with her. Oh, let's do the, can I do the Captain Toad levels on here? I remember last time I had to use the Wii U control pad every time I would do this. Okay, good. I gotta remember the controls. Captain Toad, fearless hunter of green stars, is ready for an adventure. Guide him safely through the course in his search for 5 green star emoji. Be sure to get all 5 in order to get home. Move the camera with right or that. See the course from another angle. Just say no, Captain Toad can't jump. Well, and he moves much, much slower underwater. I remember the first time... Yep. Can I make him run? Yes. There's his run. I remember the first time playing this level, I had no idea how to get through there. Oh, let's get... Oh, no. No. I don't need the mushroom yet. Only if I get hit while I use the mushroom. If I'm right, nothing I can do from here. So it's time to go back through the pipe and go up. Alrighty. Gotta be careful. Hammerhead dude can still get me. And... missing something. Pretty sure I have to drop down... Oops. Yeah. There we go. Don't fall. Until I want you to. Good deal. And if I'm right, I have to fall back down again. Do I? No, I don't. And this is where I have to be aware of Hammer Dude again. I like this better. There we go. Getting the right perspective in this course, I think, was key. I didn't even realize there was a timer on this level. I didn't get any power-ups from that, though. You can control the camera in other courses, too. Oh, nice. I think that is something new. I think that's something you can only do with the Wii U pad. Was that the first Captain Toad level I attempted in this game? Because if so, I need to go back and get all the Captain Toads. Let's see. Old one. I need to get some power-ups anyway, and if I miss some stars, that'll help. Oh, wait. I gotta do the jackpot. And there's a mushroom house back there. We'll get this going. Hit the blocks. You can win 777 coins. You get an extra life for every 100 coins you collect. Well, let's do this. Leave. Oh, look at that. Whee! 8 up. 8 lives. That's just what I needed for this kind of a game. If you guys don't realize, I say the name of what I need every time it goes through so I get the rhythm down. It's the same thing I used to do in Super Mario Bros. 3. Welcome to a Toad House. Pick up a box and its contents will help you on your way. Well, heck yeah. I believe the smaller packages are always the right packages to get. Alright, now I'm ready for Kamikoopa. Pretty sure the loading times in here are faster too than on the Wii U. Meowrio. Okay, now that is one side effect of the stream that I'm watching here is I can't see how many other people are watching it. Ouch. Boom. Where are you going? Ah. I love that cat suit. They announced a new, they announced a whole bunch of new Nintendo games, but I don't think they announced a new Mario game, did they? I see the Kirby game looks awesome. I'm kind of excited for that, not gonna lie. Was not expecting a fully 3D Kirby game. I don't think they've ever done a fully 3D Kirby game. It's always been either a 2D or 2.5D kind of perspective. Can I guess your original age? I think you've told me before, actually. So, unless I'm mistaken about the being told before, I'm gonna guess 45, which is actually lower than what I think it is. Nope, nothing up there. There's something up here? No, nothing up there either. It's down here. Yeah. Don't want that. Oh, Cat Mario ought to be able to get all the fish. Okay, I thought there was a point to that. Hey, I see Pizza Boy. How we doing? A night when you would not normally have rehearsal. Since you were in last night. I was not planning on streaming today, but kind of wanted to after... Oh, you know what it is? I can use... I'm supposed to be able to use the touchscreen to make that... to make those move, I think. But since I'm not using the touchscreen, I don't think I can move those. Oops. Did not realize that was going to do something. This is one of those things where that sunken pirate ship looks really cool. But I also think to myself, we just get to pass by it. We don't actually get to go through it. Now, to be honest, you're the same age. About the same age as Scott the Wise? Really? Okay. That gives me an idea of what games you would have grew up with, I guess. Do you probably have a huge fondness for... I don't know, Scott the Wise has a lot of fondness for consoles from my era. Like, he was like a retro gamer for his time before it was cool. But I'm assuming you're more of the Wii, DS, Wii U era. Probably actually, oh, can't do that. There is a way to break through that wall. Do I remember what it is? The answer is no. Do you agree with his take on the Dark Age of Nintendo? I personally think the Dark Age of Nintendo was not the same as what he says. He says it's during, the Wii U's era, which was not a good time for Nintendo, but the Dark Age of Nintendo, I think, was somewhere in between. Come on. Ah! Oh! I can hit those guys? Well, what am I doing not hitting those guys for? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, I should be able to climb up in here. Just church today. Scott the Wise lives in your area. Are you in is he... I want to say Ohio? Ohio. Yep. Didn't get the bonus first. Which, that would just explain all the cursing, right? I think, Angry Video Game Nerd's kind of from around that area, too. I think he's more from Jersey, though. Maybe Jersey or Philadelphia area. Oh, what's this? There's another one. Do I have to get him to go in the water? He can't go in the water? Oh, I don't really care for coins. Is a teenager like retro games? Anything that you can play. You know, I also think, too, that I think that retro gaming goes well with, the younger generation, back when retro gaming wasn't as collectible. Because that's how I got into it. As a teenager, I started buying all the games that were the cheapest that were possible. And in the mid to late 90s, Nintendo Entertainment System games were selling by the dollar. That's how I originally got games such as Contra. We already had Super C. What else did I get that was $1? We already had Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. 2 was $1. In the mid to late 90s, so I mean, there's a bunch of games now that are like, I think even the trashy sports titles that would have been $1 a piece back then are now like $4.99 each. I think that's the bottom price for any of them now. Alright, I need cherries. Cherry. No! I don't know how I messed that up. I was saying it out loud. That's the thing. Saying it out too loud. Oh, we got some chat here. He lives in the Toledo area? Okay. Ohio doesn't exist. You know, I've seen a lot of, I want to say memes that are anti-Ohio. The only ones I see about Illinois, which are 100% accurate, by the way, are about how we pretty much invented taxes. Oh. It is. I don't know how people who live in Illinois can still stand to live in Illinois. That's coming from me, who lives in, oh, Illinois. I won't get too political, but it does seem like the political party that's been in power here for the last 40 years, with an exception of the last... There's only been a 4-year period that I've been alive that we've had a Republican governor. And things didn't get better, mainly because we still had a Democratic legislature. But... And basically, it put our state in a gridlock was the issue. That's why I say it was because of that. So when there were two different parties, one couldn't get things passed because they didn't have control of the, of the legislature, and the other one couldn't get things passed because they couldn't get control of the governorship. And it literally gridlocked the state into a 4-year standstill. And I think that says more about the bitterness of politics in Illinois, if anything. Come on. Hey, how am I not getting that? And... yeah! Hate that thing. Little fuzzy worm thingy about my bob. Do that again. I've seen some of his videos in front of landmarks, and you know them. Oh, okay. I've been through Ohio. I don't think that's a place I've ever stopped, actually. What am I missing in Ohio that I should stop at next time I go through? Because the last 2 years, actually, before the pandemic, I went to there we go. I went to Philadelphia, and one of those times I also went to Boston. So Ohio's kind of through that way because we drove, but I didn't actually stop there. We drove around Cleveland. You mentioned Toledo, but what am I missing when I go through Ohio and I don't stop there? And keep in mind, I do like historical landmarks. My background is history. Trained for years to be a history teacher. I have a huge fascination with Luigi. I have the feeling that was not in the original. The whole 8-bit Luigi that popped up there. I don't like those red coins either. I never bother to get them because I'm gonna say this, 9 times out of 10 I die every time trying to get them. That's right. Oops. Pretty sure. Yeah. Pretty sure there's something back there. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't want to die. Yeah. That was not even close to avoiding that. Now I've lost my cat suit. I need a feather is what I need. Is this the game series where if you just keep dying, it'll give you the invincibility feather? Pretty much a way to beat the game without having to do anything. Like a magic beat the level button. What I call it. There it is. Cedar Point, Marblehead, Lighthouse. Where's that at? Lighthouse. I'm assuming that's on the Great Lake. I've seen a bunch of cool lighthouses and the lock system up in northern Michigan. I think it's Sault Ste. Marie. Or Sault Ste. Marie, I think that's where I've been. That's been years ago, though. That's approaching 25 years since I've actually been up to the locks and seen the lighthouses they have up there. My dad really likes naval-themed stuff, lighthouses and such like that. That's also where he bought a painting, a print of a painting of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Which, if you guys have heard that song, I'm hearing the crowd is too young to know what that song is. But it is one of the most depressing songs ever. It's rich with history. Oh no! Hang on. I was too busy. Too busy with my yapperin'. I wasn't prepared to get my... Okay, whatever. Oh yes, that's what I need. You know what these things remind me of? They remind me of the bullet cats are after me. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know how I'm not dying. Oh. I am no longer aware of what anyone's saying in the chat, just FYI. I am oh my gosh. Giant catahawk. Oh, okay. When I flick them, they go the other way, but now I lost my feather. Well, I'm going to go down the hatch. Oh. Well, that probably means I should have stayed over there, because that was probably where the last star was. Yep. And I gotta go. Oh, the last star is down here, if I remember correctly. Hopefully I don't lose this right away. Oh no, it's not a star, it's a stamp. I never liked collecting the stamps in this game. I was like, why? Why bother? Just west of Cedar Point, okay. But it's not like it's a big it's not like it's an obscure state with a lot of mountains or anything like that, right? New Super Mario Bros. 2 on DS is like that. Yeah, if you get the invincibility star on there. You know what? I just... Ooh. I had just played and beat that game for the first time during the pandemic. Oh, you know what? There's only one of them I need to hit. Okay. It's the one with the green. There we go. Wish I still had my feather, though. It would have made this a lot easier. Green. But not terrible. That's also the one where you had the bunch of coins to grab, too, right? Right before the pandemic, I got my first 2DS. So that's... I played a Kirby Planet Robobot. I played Super Mario Bros. 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. 2. I can't think of any regular DS games that I've played. I did have a DS, but I only had it for a little while. Very flat in the northwestern part of... Yeah, west of Cleveland. I don't know why, there's a punchline in one of the movies where I forgot who it is. The guy who plays number 2 on Austin Powers. I can't think of his name. Robert something. But anyway, it's a movie with John Candy where he plays a soap opera writer. It's called Delirious. And basically he falls into a coma and he starts living out his soap opera. And he found out that anything he types in his typewriter actually starts happening. It's a neat movie. But there's a joke in there where he sends that guy, the number 2 from Austin Powers, he sends him to Cleveland just to get rid of him. And he goes, Cleveland? I hate Cleveland. And it's like, I don't know, it's supposed to be like an ironic thing that, oh, that's where he chose, and it just happened to be that he doesn't like Cleveland. And then I found out Cleveland is the butt of a lot of jokes. Oh, here we go. We're going to hit the jazzing it up in here. Well, it's a jazz slash hip-hop thing. This is the music that I say is in the new Great Gatsby movie. The one from 2012 with Leonardo DiCaprio. You love that movie, John Candy? Robert Wagner, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of his last name for the life of me. You guys are going to think I'm making that up just to get you guys involved in the conversation. No, I literally space on names like that all the time.
Fight time.
With a histocat. Gotta love the puns, the cat puns. I guess that was more of a... Yeah, it was a histocat. Yeah, but anyway, the movie's called Delirious. I guess as you know, but yeah, it's a very neat concept. It's a movie I'm kind of surprised that I haven't seen them try to remake it yet. Just because it's one of those kind of meta movies. And it seems like it seems like could become like a Netflix movie or whatever. Redo that with like who would play John Candy's part? Not saying it'd be someone who could take John Candy's place, because I don't think anyone could. Oh, I missed him. Well. There we go. You can have Robert Wagner still be in it. He'd just be a lot older. I have to think too. I don't think I've seen The Young and the Restless since... Oh, that guy's chomping at the bit. I remember this being a lot harder. But anyway, just how they like to recycle movie ideas. I thought that's a neat movie idea that they'll probably redo. Obviously, I don't think it'd be as good as the John Candy version. Maybe even not do it with a soap opera. Do it with like a with a Netflix series. Person's producing a series for Netflix, and then all of a sudden is forced to live out his Netflix series as a multiracial, multi-gendered person. Because that's all Netflix does, is the same stories, only change the color and change the gender. I'm not trying to be offensive with that, by the way. That's just my opinion of what Netflix does. It's not just Netflix either, it's all of them. It seems like that's kind of their whole big thing is, oh, this time we're going to do the same thing, but with an Asian character, with a, you know, with different ethnicities, different genders, and all that stuff, instead of trying to come up with, I mean, honestly speaking, I mean, I don't know what new stories they could come up with. I'm not that creative. But I think they could do a little bit better than what efforts they're trying with.
Let's go.
They could buy out a... let me see, because what were they doing for a while? They were doing, like, popular adult novels. They were making those into movies, and then... This is just in my generation. Then they started with comic book movies in the 90s, where they were trying to do somewhat gritty. Like the original Batmans were dark because they was trying to come off of the comic book stuff that they did in the 60s and 70s. They were all kind of cutesy. The Wonder Woman's, Incredible Hulk wasn't really a cutesy one, but... Catsuit makes this level a lot easier. So then they did comic book movies, and then they started doing young adult fiction into books again. Then they went back to comic book movies. So, like I said, same ideas that just keep getting recycled. Now, who's in that coming? That's driving me crazy. I think that should be... I keep thinking that should be the minus or the select button. I don't need to be able to see. Okay, this is gonna be dangerous because I cannot time that out correctly. Hey, Absolute ACW. Welcome to the stream. How did I get that on the first try? Without having to hop on any of those things. Sweet. I don't feel like that guy likes me bouncing on his face. Kind of reminds me of an old, again, not trying to be too controversial, but reminds me of an old Bill Cosby quote that someone I know used to quote all the time. And now I'm gonna dance on your face! Is it considered a compliment when someone says you do a good Bill Cosby impression? I feel like that means that you don't mix drinks very well. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. The full title. What's the full title? Best John Candy movie of all time is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You know, you guys are going to find this insane because I love John Candy movies. I liked The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, when he steals the show in Home Alone. Honestly, he's only in that movie for like 5 minutes, but he's one of the biggest parts of that movie. And I didn't know this until I watched the Netflix special on it, the documentary they did on the movies that made us, where they said, okay, just show up for a day, you'll do a cameo bit and whatnot. And then the guy who wrote the movie ended up keeping him for the whole 24 hours of the day. So he was like exhausted by the end of it because he thought he was only going to be there for a working day and it ended up being a full 24 hours. But they got a lot of footage out of him. And they were right to do it. But anyway, like what I don't think you guys are going to believe is that as big of a fan as I am of John Candy, I had never seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles until only like a couple years ago. And it wasn't because I didn't have any interest in it, it's just I had never seen it, I didn't make it a priority. I love Steve Martin, I like John Candy, I thought, you know, a friend of mine, he says that's one of his favorite movies of all time, he said I need to watch it, so I did, and I was like, I didn't realize how much that movie is referenced in all other pop culture. Like, it is... I mean, Family Guy's made references to it, but I mean, not that Family Guy is... A Family Guy reference wouldn't be too obscure to that. But I mean, other movies have, like, copied it. Almost verbatim. Oh, jeesh. Oh, I still got it. So, I mean, I guess it's one of those movies that should be regarded as one of the greatest movies of all time that's ever been made, just because it's got that kind of influence to it. So yes, coming from a person who procrastinated a long time, I definitely agree with everyone who said I should have watched it for years. It's definitely one of those movies that everyone should see before they die. I don't know, I think it stands the test of time. Despite the technologies that have changed, I mean, obviously there's several parts of that movie that can be solved with a cell phone, but what movie is that not true of before cell phones were a thing? Which is funny, because even still, they ended up remaking that movie Due Date. Almost another carbon copy of that movie. I think that movie kind of stands on its own, though, because I like Due Date for other reasons. Like, I like Robert Downey Jr. doing comedy, and then Zach Galifianakis, I think, is kind of an acquired taste for some people. mean, I personally enjoy his comedy, but I feel like he's one of those people, he does his comedy for him, and he doesn't really care. I mean, he hopes that you like it, but if you don't, he's not going to lose sleep over it, that kind of a thing. I was going to say, am I going to jump over that? What if old movies had cell phones? Well, I thought that too. Think about all the James Bond movies. Pretty much every gadget they have in those movies could be done with what can be done now with a cell phone. Everything from GPS tracking and navigation to... no joke. I thought this was one of the corniest things that they did in a James Bond movie. And most of the corny things I think they did in the James Bond franchise was when Pierce Brosnan took it over. Love Pierce Brosnan. I actually like his movies. I think the last one he did was definitely not good. It's one I will not go back to, the one where Madonna did the theme song. But anyway, is he drives a car with a cell phone in that movie, but with like a 1998 cell phone. And it's hilarious to see now. Oh, of course. It's never that simple. Why did I just almost die? Is this darn perspective. Alright, and that's it. There were no more. Good. You guys know which one I'm talking about? I think it's Tomorrow Never Dies. This is the one where he sits in the... He actually starts out not in the car, and then he dives into the car while he's driving it with a cell phone, and then by the end he jumps out of the car again and then plows the car off the roof of a building. And I remember sitting there thinking, like, man, that'd be cool if in my lifetime we could drive our cars with our cell phone. Now, we're not quite there yet, but I mean, we pretty much are. The only thing stopping us is the fact that everyone would be crashing their cars into things. It's more of a, it's on us now, the reason why that hasn't happened. What about other classic movies if they had a cell phone? Wizard of Oz. If Wizard of Oz had a cell phone, it'd be done in a heartbeat. Technically, she was in a coma, but I have the feeling that a cell phone would have solved things a lot quicker. Ooh, almost died. You know what's messing me up is I shouldn't be holding down the run button like I am. Okay, no way to get up there, it seems like, unless... Yeah. Nope. Oh. No, thank you. I will avoid that. That's why I said I will die trying to get those more than I will get those. I definitely want what's in one of these. Nope. I guess they knew what I was looking for. Bum, bum, ba-dow. The shoe phone of Get Smart? Yep, absolutely. I mean, in that case, I think they were more trying to predict the fact that you would have a phone that is as ubiquitous as a shoe. Like, you wouldn't leave your house without your shoes. It's the same thing now. If you wouldn't leave your house without a cell phone. I appreciated that guy more as Inspector Gadget, though. Because if you guys didn't know that, the guy who did the voice of Inspector Gadget in the cartoons was the same guy who played... I can't even think of his name. Something Smart from Get Smart. And that cat suit just makes easy work of that. Back if classic movies had a cell phone. I hate to say this too, of all the classic movies I have not seen Casablanca yet. It's another one that's always been on my to-do list, but I always think to myself, every time I go to watch it, I'm like, I'd rather watch something else. And of course, that is a movie that has been had several references made to it, and I'm sure they've attempted to remake it a few times. Well, I missed the stamp. Another classic movie that would be ruined if they had a cell phone. And very easily, not by like any stretch of the imagination. A lot of that would have to do, a lot of things I'm thinking of would be ruined if they just had cameras. Like, I'm thinking of like the crime dramas. I mean, Home Alone is one I keep thinking of. Home Alone would have been ruined if they had cell phones. One of the things about Home Alone that I never thought of, or not never thought of, but that I always thought of that was kind of weird is, you know, he never attempted to go to his neighbor's house and be like, hey, my parents aren't here, I need help. I mean, you can argue that they were like, oh, everybody in his neighborhood was gone. Oh, I hate this level. This is the level that I think took the most lives out of me the first time I beat it. So, I mean, just thinking of the absurdity of things outside of that, now you can say, oh, how can you say that Home Alone is a masterpiece? It's not without its plot holes. You know what I think of? I think the world of Super Mario is the most dangerous world ever created. So I'll ask you guys this. How many ways... Oh, freaking cat suit's gone. But not for long. So you kind of went to the neighbors, and like I said, you can argue that everyone was gone. You started delivering pizzas in '98. Never had a cell phone. Oh, I can only imagine you are lamenting the invention of the cell phone. How many people are like, oh, I should order a pizza on my way home? This is one of the things that always kills me. These platforms. I swear. Which is funny, you know, as much as this game is now seen as like innovative, like, oh, this game was criminally underrated for the time. If you guys haven't played Sackboy's Great Adventure on the Sony PlayStation, I kid you not, not only is that game almost a direct ripoff of this, yep, I'm not going to be able to make it up there. That's a shame. They did a very good job of basically cloning this game. I am doing much better than the first time I played this level. I have the feeling this isn't gonna last. Oh! Alright, now all I gotta do is not die on this thing. I got cocky. I got ahead of myself, and now I gotta do this on one hit. Alright. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna walk off the edge. You're going to see, I almost made it through the level in one life, and now I'm going to spend 50 lives trying to make it for that one. Oh, that's ridiculous. Ah, that's why I didn't realize why those were like that. There's 3 of those guys up there. And Okay. Now... I just run right past him this time. There we go. Random question. Favorite pizza toppings, anyone? That is a good topic. Because I can't think of movies off the top of my head anymore. Believe it or not, when I was talking about movies that'd be ruined if they had cell phones, the first movie I thought of was Star Trek, and I thought, but they have cell phones in Star Trek. They have the basis of the idea for cell phones in Star Trek, so... But not to get off your topic, I will tell you my favorite pizza topping here in a second. I'm thinking of, actually, all the ways the transporter can be used in that show. The transporter was Star Trek's greatest invention production-wise and story-wise. Like, every problem in Star Trek can be solved with that. Just call me Chris, you stole my topping. Because a pizza without cheese is not a pizza, is it? I can even eat pizza that doesn't have red sauce on it. Just cheese on the crust. Throw some butter and garlic on there. Yep. We're just gonna keep going here. Don't know what that does. I have the feeling I'm supposed to throw something on top of there. Probably that big old boulder guy that I just ran past. If there's any complaint I have about the level design in this part of the game, it is... Yeah. I'm sure I was supposed to, Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna lose this power up in half a second, though. Yep. I like how these clear glass pipes can still, survive underneath the lava. And... Yep, this ain't gonna happen. When will I learn? The answer is never. Ooh. I could use another one of those. Don't know how I didn't get shrunk there. Hang on, before I get to that. But I was gonna say but if you're thinking about something other than cheese, marinara sauce, and that, I would say pepperoni. My favorite pizza altogether is pepperoni and mushroom. And I know mushroom is a very, very divisive pizza topping, and that's not going to work out. He's just going to crush him. Alright. Nice. Oh, it's still... There we go. Ah! Spammed him. I think we can all agree, though, just based on the initial responses to your favorite pizza topping, that nobody thinks it's pineapple. I'm not going to go to the lengths of I'm not going to go to the lengths of saying that people who like those have mental or otherwise or other deficiencies because they like pineapple on there. I get it. If you like it, eat it, but I don't like pineapple. I don't like tomato sauce with pineapple or any other fruit. I know tomatoes are technically a fruit, but by the time you cook it in the sauce, everything is just not... Those flavors do not blend well. I like pineapple on ham. Pineapple glazed ham? Oh, some of the best ham you'll ever eat. Next to honey glazed, or actually brown sugar is my favorite on that one. So I'll tolerate pineapple on ham. All pizza topping is delicious, but cheese is your favorite? Yeah. But that's the thing. If you, like I said, if you ever notice what kind of pizzas go the most, I'm also surprised too. Nobody said sausage because sausage is. I don't like sausage on pizza. Italian sausage has never really agreed with me digestion wise, so I'm okay without it. Oh, you know what? I realized I did miss the Captain Toad levels in the last stage. Go ahead and do these here. Pineapple could be a strange one for some. Well, I'm assuming in Hawaii, maybe it's more popular. I'll tell you one thing I like about Hawaiian bread. Oh, see, this is one where I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this level without the... So it says touch. Oh. I got the cursor. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's how I could have done that before. The shoulder buttons allow me to get up to places I couldn't normally get to. From right, this leads me to the door that does nothing. This door leads me to the one that can do something. And this one leads me out to... that one. Something... Is it this? Well, that pushes back. But I can't get to that yet. Yep, that guy follows me. He does not like the light. That moves out of the way. Ah, over here. Take me a little bit to remember how I do this. Alright. So now this one I need to run. Run. That's it. Got it. So this, if you had to get a specialty pizza, what would you guys get? My specialty pizza, I mean, I've gotten meat lovers in the past from like, I see someone's mentioned Pizza Hut in there because no one else Pizza Hut. Where'd you eat pizza? Pizza Hut? Domino's Pizza? Domino's in the store made them, but not the base. I do enjoy making pizza from scratch. I even like making the sauce. So yes, I will go through and I will make everything except for the cheese, I guess. I don't make the cheese from scratch, but I make the crust. Making pizza crust is actually kind of fun to do for me. I worked at a gas station around here that's apparently famous for pizza. I think they're famous for gas because you call it a gas station. So, but yeah, and one of my jobs there was I had to help them make subs, because for some reason they decided to get into the sub-making market. Oh, hey, the shell. Oh. I did not know I can break those statues like that. We'll call that a happy accident. Somewhere up here is another... Yep. Nope. What am I supposed to be looking at? Alright, there's a key box over there. There's a Luigi. Up this tree. I don't know why, but Luigi popped up there. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with that information, but... Yeah. The music in these games are definitely something to behold. You know what everyone was thinking when this game started? I want to see Charge and Chuck make a comeback. And of course, with that, I'm being sarcastic. Tuna on a pizza? No, I was saying taco pizza. Sorry, I may have been mumbling. Taco. Taco. But of course, at that point, I agree, it's not really technically a pizza anymore. Oops, okay. Will I be playing any baseball games tonight? I don't think I have any on this system, actually. I mean, unless there's they have like bases loaded or something on here. On like on the Switch Online store, the Switch Online stuff. Oh, that was a risk. That was also a risk. I could see something like a crab ragoon style pizza. That'd be kind of interesting. I've seen like I don't want to say Asian derivative pizza kind of pizzas. I don't know exactly how you would make one of those. I mean, basically, you just have to make it on top of like a giant wonton. Meow. I don't know why that gets me every time he says that. I was gonna say, usually I do some, usually I do some different games throughout the stream, but I was just, honestly, just, again, trying to test it out, so I was like, I think if this stream setup works good, I should be able to stream modern games more often. Like, right now I'm playing the Switch, but I could be playing the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X up here. And on the Series X, I do have, MLB 21 The Show. I think that's what the newest one is. Why did I just pick this level again? I've already completed it. Ugh, and it won't let me stop. Baseball Stars 2 on Neo Geo. Yeah, unfortunately, the Neo Geo is downstairs. So that's the whole point of me testing this out up here. And to tell you the truth, the bitrate is a lot higher than I thought it was supposed to be. Let's check out. I'm gonna leave that play for a little bit, because yes, I am kind of curious how the stream is doing. Doesn't look too shabby. 720. Oh, it says it's doing 1080-60. How's it look at 1080-60? I feel like I heard one of my echoes talking. Which usually only happens when I get someone who has a name that sounds close, that has an X in it. Yeah, see. He's not responding now. Do I have 80 stars? I do not have 80 stars. I only have 77. See? I need to go back and get all the rest of those stars.
Let's go.
Yeah, surprisingly, I'm looking at the stats in my PC here, and for some reason the task manager. So I usually stream from my MacBook. My MacBook really struggles for some reason though with 1080-60. And yeah, the PC up here is chugging along. It's an older PC, but it checks out. No, it's an older PC, but I mean, I knew it could do at least 720-60. And if it can do 1080-60 on these newer consoles up here, that'll be fine by me. My MacBook is portable, but the problem is all the stuff up here that I use for streaming was all old. So it was my old streaming setup was not ideal by any means. So that's why I didn't stream very often. And when I got the stream set up downstairs, I was like, okay, oh, here we go. I thought, okay, I can start streaming more often, but that kind of left me with some games that I can't really... Oops. There we go. Anyway, long story short, because I can't keep my train of thought too long while I'm doing this level. Oh! Oh. So this is completely determined by me. Come on! Okay. And now I need to hit this the first time. You know, I wonder if any of Mario's... If in Mario's universe, if there's such a thing as OSHA. Oh! Didn't see the big old thing. Oh ho ho! Return of the Mega Mario. What? Insanity. Something was up. No! That's okay. I can do this. I have the feeling they want me to do this. There we go. Yeah. Ain't gonna happen. Great show over 10. Oh, okay. Still prefer Windows over Mac any day. Yeah. Windows 10, yes, and Windows 7. But 8 and Vista, it's every other version of Windows has not been good. Now that we're due for 11, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to like that one as much. But to be honest, I mean, it's the best. Hey, Tim Patch, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Love this game. Oh yeah, it's a good game. I mean, I do have a Switch downstairs I can stream from as well. Or a docking station for my Switch that I can stream from. But I appreciate that, Absolute. I don't usually stream on Wednesdays. Tuesdays are my streaming days, but if this... Oh, that's why I said if all works out... Oh, that was very foolish of me. Hey, where are you? Like I said, if this setup works out great, and it seems like it's going to, I'm not experiencing any of the issues I had before. My internet connection's better, my router is fixed, and, I mean, it's just, everything is working a lot better with this setup up here. But I will say this is kind of a testament. This PC that I'm streaming from is a testament that you really shouldn't throw out older technology just because you think it's useless. because the person who threw away this PC didn't think it was worth anything. I paid him like, I want to say $40 for it, and I will say it did need a little bit of work to get it going, but once I got it going, it's still playing like a champ. It's got an i5 in it that is quad core, but I'm not quite sure what generation it is. Is it maybe an, I want to say a 4th gen maybe? Maybe a 5th gen? I'll have to look. But it is one of those mini PCs that I would usually not recommend getting because they're not expandable like other PCs are. Ooh. Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna go right back down. Oh, no! Alright. Can I get there? Oh! Sneaky, sneaky. I have to do that all over again. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Hey, Tic Tac Trap, how you doing? That is very true. If only people thought the same way about their game consoles as this person did about their PC, I wouldn't need anything else. Or I'll specifically say, if they felt the same way about their Cat Mario. Ah, almost had him. Ah. That's right. Come here. I don't know what it is, how they made these rabbits so unlikable, but they did. Give me that rabbit. Did I just, I was gonna say, did I just get another star? It seems like that Wednesday nights work out a little bit better for you guys. Not quite sure if Wednesday nights will work out well for me, but if it works out better for you guys, maybe I'll switch up my schedule a little bit. I mean, Tuesdays still work out for now, but eventually... Yeah. I will have to switch for when Scholastic gets started again. I'll be coaching that. And right now, I guess starting next week, we're going to be doing competitions for esports. And our competitions will be on Wednesday nights. So this won't always work out well for me to stream on Wednesdays. I mean, if I can't stream... Hanging tough. I bet you're living. How am I doing? I think I'm doing pretty well, to be honest. I will say overwhelmed seems to be the key term. I don't want to say overwhelmed, just burned out. To be honest, it was this year was a rough start to the school year for a lot of people. More so than last year, actually. And we were in person most of all last year. So we thought we had everything handled, and then we were throwing a couple of curveballs at the beginning that made things I mean, everyone got anxious, and now that we're finally coming down off that anxiety and we're starting to get into the groove of things, I think we're doing better, but it was just, like I said, it was just a lot of time. I feel like I need a day off. What really helps, though, to be honest, is the gaming and the streaming. One of the reasons why I'm streaming tonight, I just needed a night where I could just play games, hang out with some people, and not have to worry about life for a little while. It really does help. So, hopefully you've been pretty good. I've seen you've been very active on TikTok more recently. Tell you the truth, that's probably where I see more of your clips, because YouTube, and I think you hit the nail right on the head with that, is that YouTube is really, how can I put this delicately? They don't recommend my content, even to the people who subscribe to me, which is that's the kicker for me. I often get people saying that I have notifications turned on to your channel. I am constantly looking for updates from you. Why am I not posting anything? I'm like, I post videos almost every week. This will be the second week in a while where I don't have a video to post just because, again, part of it's due to work. Not quite 100% due to burnout or anything like that, but... Ooh, here we go. Can I get it? The other part of it is that this video is just taking a lot longer to produce. Oh no! Too bad indeed. Oh, for crying out loud! There it is again. I have no idea how I'm gonna... How do you... I just ran completely right off. Wednesday streaming's fine by you if you're not streaming morning. Hang on. Wednesday streaming is fine by me if you're not streaming on morning in your places. It wouldn't be Wednesday mornings because I do work, and I do head off to work very early. So, well, to some people very early, I guess. I need my cat suit. That's what I needed. Ah! I thought that was a shortcut to avoid all that. Apparently not. That cat grab is so dangerous because it can easily kick you off of the whole thing. Ah. That's right. I can adjust the camera on my fanny the one time I need it. Ah! The exact opposite of what I needed to do. That's okay. Well, Tempatch, I have to keep, like I always keep my criticisms of YouTube in perspective. I don't want to say it flat out stinks. I mean, obviously there's some things I wish they would improve. But again, to be honest, this is coming from the perspective of, hey, I get to make content on YouTube. Not only that, I get to make content that people can see. Not only that, I have an audience following of some sort. I mean, like I said, I got to keep that in perspective, but I have the opportunity in this day and age to be able to put on a show that people will actually watch and do things with. So, I mean, I keep it in that perspective. It's not what my criticisms are not keeping me from accomplishing that goal. But yes, I agree there's some other things in there. Yeah, T-Tech Trav, I think we're similarly minded on our thoughts. I don't want to flood your chat. YouTube's got people in a chokehold, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's the same thing with everything else. The problem that YouTube is having right now, that they're trying to solve by stamping out, is the small creator. I think is a problem for them because they only want big audiences. The only reason why they're in this is for the views and for ad revenue, which is hilarious / ironic to me. Oh yes, of course. That's what I need. Because I was just talking to someone else the other day about how YouTube was founded, and the original founders were saying things like, no commercial content, no ads ever. And it's kind of funny, that's all YouTube is now. Or not now, it's the only thing it has been for a while. But they were the ones, I mean, the original creators that had that goal sold it to Google, and they're like, well, what they think was going to happen when they sold it to a commercial entity. They were definitely going to get rid of those goals. So, I mean, it is what it is. agree with everything you said. Yeah, like I said all my criticisms are again in the context of that. Yeah, in the context that I'm still able to get content out there. I've had so many people tell me things like, "Oh, why don't I just put things on Twitch? I'll get more viewers, or I'll get more this or that." And I sat there thinking, like, Twitch is more geared for the streamer. For the content that I do, like, for streaming, yes, I could probably switch over for that for the streaming. But my whole goal is not just to provide content as a streamer, there we go, but to provide content that is more or less like, there we go. That's what I want. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. And they already blew my chances. That's sad. Grab that. So I'm not even trying to... I'm not even trying to avoid those. Oh! Talk about a happy accident. That's what I needed. I do like this theme, by the way. Getting back on something more positive. The theme for the castle levels in this game is very good. Let me see here. Interesting on TikTok. Oh yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I'm not following a ton of creators on there. Only the people who I knew previously before TikTok. So, yeah. And I will say this: TikTok isn't really my jam, but I mean, it is helping me get some of the word out about the channel. So, I do appreciate T-Tech Trav is solely responsible for putting me on there, for better or for worse. I'll put that all on you. I mean, Indonesian time is nighttime, and in America it's morning, right? No, it is 9 o'clock at night for me. I'm in Central Time, so it is 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and it is actually still early evening. It's like 7 o'clock on the West Coast. But I'm kind of in the heartland here, so I think this will be the last one I do tonight. Let's see here. YouTube just wants your money. Well, yeah, pretty much. But I mean, that's the thing too. One of the things I think that YouTube needs to keep in mind with their small creators is that there are people who don't follow like the mainstream stuff. They only want to see their niche topic, and I mean, video games is kind of one of those topics that appeals to a lot of people. So I guess I kind of appeal to a niche audience of that group, but we'll see. Very thankful to be able to do this as well. Just wish they would treat us a little better and be honest. Yes, send notice to people who want them. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's the mentality of gosh, it's like capitalism to an extreme almost. The little guy gets trampled out in favor of the big guy every time. How do I feel about the Switch version of this game, by the way? Yes, this is the Switch version. I'm liking it better than the Wii U version, actually. Mainly because I can play it with the Pro controller, and I don't have to worry about switching back and forth to the new one. So, yes. Oh, don't worry. We can wrap up on Twitter. Yeah, isn't Twitter the appropriate platform for universal complaining? That makes sense, too, because I did say, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, I was talking to someone and I said, I honestly, out of all the social media platforms that are still around, and the ones that have gone in my lifetime, I think to myself, I can't believe Twitter's still a thing. But then, yeah, you're right, it's the universal complaint platform, so Wyatt, that complaining is always in style, it seems like, or always trending, so... Yeah, that's gonna be why Twitter's still around. Need to be careful, I'll get myself banned on multiple platforms tonight. I say it as if anyone of note actually watches this stuff. Oh, I already messed up. And as you know with anything in Mario, you mess up 1 second of this, and you're done. This game is made of a whole bunch of abstract stuff. Oh, I didn't really want that, but whatever. I guess I'm getting it anyway. Every 3D iteration of Mario has been made of abstract shapes. If you haven't really noticed that. Of course, that's exactly what I was meaning to do. Love you some Mario. Yeah, I don't feel like I play this very often on here. I should go back and continue playing the 3D All-Stars collection. Come on, flip forward, not backwards. There we go. Flip forwards, not backwards. Of course you. Come on. Just where I need you. Quick. There we go. Oh, let's see here. Oh, you wonder... Oh, I played the Sunshine ROM hack and it's pretty good. The Sunshine ROM hack of this game? I don't think I played that. You are more of the ROM hacks in the mobile games, though. Wonder why Nintendo chose Chris Pratt over Charles Martinez. Was he in the running or anything? I had absolutely no idea who was even in line to be picked for it. I understand why they would pick Chris Pratt, though. It's all based on his box office receipts. And because he's been in Marvel movies and the Lego movie, his box office returns are up there. It's the same reason why they pick anyone. It's all based on their previous box office earnings, which is why Seth Rogen's in it. They're picking names of the hour and names that they think are going to draw people into the theater. That's really all you do when you pick famous actors for voice acting roles. Because otherwise, why don't you just have Charles Martinet do the whole... Or Charles Martinet, sorry. Why don't you just have him do the whole thing? I guess maybe it would be considered too stereotypical. Oh, you're bad. You meant Super Mario Sunshine ROM hack. You know what? If anything, I would like to see if they made improvements to that game. I know I did say I was going to end with World 5, but since the chat's still going, I'm gonna keep it going for a little bit longer. I'm already upstairs, so I feel like I'm already relaxed enough to do this, and I've already gotten my online work done for today. Actually, did I? Huh. That's a good question. Today was kind of an off day at school, too. We had a early dismissal for the students, so what they ended up doing was... Oh, here we go. Well... Oh, okay, I was going to say he better. He better take all those down. like how the fireballs that I throw kill that guy. Okay, and I'm pretty sure. Yep, that takes care of these. And I can't kill those guys. Well, next time I'll try not to, there we go. Get out of there. Why not? You gotta die of something, right? Oh, okay, that's how I do that. I will say I'm not a big fan of the, what do you call it? The dog wolf that they throw in there. The oh, geesh. Okay, don't kill me. Up. Thank you. Fixing chicken nuggets tonight? Yeah, that's, I don't think I've ever thought of grabbing a plant. Yeah. That's awesome. Do I get to take the plant with me? Of course not. Oh, the fireballs run out of energy after a while? Whee! Whee wee! Huh. This is going to be interesting. Nope. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. Ah! Why? And I'm going to come back and hit him. Because why not? Alright. Don't want to die on this one, so I'm just gonna... I'm not sure what's going on here. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what Toad's doing in there. I'm assuming I can do something there, but whatever. Oh, I got chicken nuggets in there. Oh, hey, Montrose Ross. Welcome to the stream. How we doing? This game is so pleasing to look at, to be honest. That's one of the reasons why I like it. The art style in this game is definitely... Oh yeah, gotta get more of those on there. The art style and the music are definitely making this game appealing to look at. It's almost like Nintendo wanted people to stream this game, but then they immediately started like copyright flagging streams so that they get all the revenue. To be honest, most of them are, yeah. Them being Mario games. Being the Mario games they are. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I forgot to greet Monitors Russell. Actually, I did overlook it, but I start from the top of the list and work down every single time I look back at the list. It would be too cool if you took the plant with you, yeah. Oh yeah, Captain Toad is awesome on these. Doing alright, that's good. I have asked this before, but what have you guys been playing lately? I'm playing this on the Switch, not the Wii U this time. The last time I played this on stream, it was on, or one of the last times I played it, was on I was playing on the Wii U. Bully! I got the lighting effects done, I got the music. Oh my gosh, I'm falling. Yep, that's nerve-wracking. That makes me want to get away from this so badly. I'm right, there is a point where I will have to defeat those guys, but if I don't have to, I'm going to avoid defeating them. And I could have gotten a star if I would have just passed that box, I forgot. What was that? I feel like there was a way to get past that. Oh, here we go. This is what I thought I needed to do. So yes, I think there's something hidden down here. Okay, apparently not. Oh! That was the most risky jump I will make in this entire level. And this is the part where I absolutely have to defeat these guys. Bully! I keep saying bully because that's what these things are called. And the problem is, when they defeat me, they could be knocking me down a bottomless pit, so it could be like a one-hit kill. Yep. And once I get one of these guys down, it should be a lot easier to get the other one. There we go. And of course, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Monitor says, been playing one of your favorite Sega Genesis games, Flicky, huh? Is that the game that the Mario 3D Blast series is kind of based on? Fell off again. Duke Nukem 3D lately, huh? You know, I do have Duke Nukem 3D on one of these consoles. The Megaton or whatever edition. Isn't he supposed to stop flying when I stare at him? Oh. What? Now watch, this is gonna be the reason why I keep dying now. Shiny Bullies is correct. Also been getting into Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox 360. My nephew just went through and he's been beating the second one several times. Yeah, well. Yeah, I can't navigate this thing again. I'm getting to the point now where I'm just ready to be done. Feel like this will be my last level. There we go. I was running in a straight line. That is a straight line. Why did I miss it? Alright, we're gonna do this. See? Easy. Alright, will this... Nope. Will this knock him off? Oh, yes. There we go. Come on, keep firing. There's what I needed. wish you well, and we wish to never see this level again. You like the original design from Mario? Is that from Mario 64? Platforming's weird in this game sometimes, it seems. You know what, though? I get that same feeling in all the 3D Mario games, except Mario Odyssey. That's why Mario Odyssey is my favorite 3D Mario game. I can already tell I'm going to have to go back and rebeat some of these earlier levels to get stars from them, because I'm not going to want to do... I'm not going to want to get all the stars from that level. Save files. Save. Let's do that. Wow, the last time I played this on stream was March 9th of 2021, and I have not been back to this game since. That is hilarious. That's probably back when this game came out, and when I got it, I had just gotten done. I had beat Super Mario 3D World on stream like earlier that November or December. So like one of the last things I wanted to do was go back and play this game again. So it's kind of weird that a year later I'm like, all right, I can go back and play this game again. Let's see here. Duke Nukem 3D is harder. Oh yeah, I agree. Harder than Doom. Absolutely. One of the birds that was in, yeah, Sonic 3D Blast that go through each level, avoiding cats. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Now that I don't think that game was called Flicky. I don't know if it came out in the U.S. or if it wasn't called out in the U.S. or if it was just didn't sell well in the U.S. But I know of that game because of Sonic 3D Blast, called subtitled Flicky's Island in the overseas releases. Mario's kind of jogging in place. Some weird mechanics in this game, absolutely. That is definitely no joke on that, T-Tech Drum. Alright, so I am going to exit the title screen here. And let's see here. I can mute the capture card. There we go. I'm going to close that real quick. And I think... Well, we have a couple options. I'm pretty sure I have it on every console, so it doesn't have to be this one. I'm looking at some of the other software I have on here. First off, I'm looking for a baseball game that I don't think exists on here. And the answer is no, there's no baseball game on here. No, Yoshi's Crafted World, I haven't beat that game yet either. I usually end with Wheel of Fortune, so I mean I could do that. I do have Wheel of Fortune on here, but we can also do it on another level. Let's see what happens. Let's see where I think I have Duke Nukem at. So yes, we are switching consoles. Midstream, why not? Oh, I didn't switch to the right input. Which is funny, that's all this remote is. This remote switches from my HDMI switcher to the right input. It's supposed to do it automatically, but for some reason that hasn't worked in a good long time. And there we go. Oh, this was one of the free games, actually. And you guys did want me to play this, but you wanted me to play it on original hardware. Let's see what we got here. So here's the Xbox Series X. And it's kind of funny, you guys wanted me to play Samurai Showdown. And what's funny is it's one of the free games on Gold just recently. Hey, Stefan Walker, welcome to the stream. They had Flicky on the Sega Genesis? Yes. But I don't know, so you say on the Genesis, meaning here in the US. Better or worse than the PS 3D game? I don't know what you mean by a PS 3D game. I was last signed in on another console. That is correct. SNK Play More. Play the original arcade classic. Help on options. Settings. That looks fine. Difficulty is what I need. Easy. Oh, let's go with free play. Why not? The funny thing is I won't be... What did I just do? Did I switch that? I want default. There we go. And exit. I'm used to the switch controls now, so A is now a different button. Let's see what this is. I have played this on original hardware. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. I found out this is the one of the free games from Games with Gold, either this month or last month. I can't remember which. It's almost as if they knew I was going to be playing this game. Oh, I cannot remember who I like to play in this game. I'll just pick the default. Wah! So the text is in English, but the speech is in Japanese. I wonder if that was the same earlier, too. Looking on the Sega Genesis, is also on the Master System and the SG-1000. Interesting. Hang on, gotta pause. I bet you meant the exclusive PlayStation 3D game. Just Googled it, and I mean Sackboy. Oh, Sackboy is just as good as Mario 3D World. Yes, I did stream that game. And that game is... I think I beat it on stream, actually. That game is awesome. I like that game. Basically, it answers... It is the answer to Mario on the Mario 3D platformer on that console. Very well done. I hope they make another one, to be honest. I liked Little Big Planet because of the 2D stuff and the you can make your own levels, so that's like the Mario Maker of that platform. I mean, honestly, I wish they'd do a better mascot than Sackboy, but it works out. So yes, definitely done that. Was Mario 3D World better or worse than Sackboy? On par with? I don't know if I can say which one's better. Obviously, I want to lean towards Mario, but to be honest, Sackboy was just as good. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Okay, I did turn down the difficulty, so... Oh, there we go. I need to use the stick. Okay. How does that keep not working to my advantage? That's kick, that's slash. Okay. I'm trying to relearn the controls. There we go. Victory. Wish Sackboy was not an exclusive. Hey, you just gotta get yourself... It's on PS4 as well. I'm glad I waited to the PS5 to get it. Oh, hey. Okay, do not charge him. Back me into a corner, see what happens. Okay. I don't know how I blocked him. That's the biggest problem I have with all these games is I cannot figure out how to block. I did better at this on the Neo Geo. I'm hoping Super Lucky's Tale will be my... They used to be exclusive. Okay. Those are both kicks. These are both hits. I'm still trying to learn the controls, just... Alright. How do I get my ultimate to work? Oh, I lost all my power. Remember, this is on easy, guys. If I remember, it's like down and then A, B, whatever. Well done. I like how the computer gets a well done. Yeah, I'm not playing this again on here. It was easier on the Neo Geo. The clicking sound is so satisfying. Usually on the Neo Geo, yeah. Alright. We're gonna... Oh, Sea of Thieves is updating. And that would usually slow down my internet connection to a crawl. But let's see... see what I got here. Alright, so these are all the games from Game Pass. I do not own a single game for the Xbox Series S. It's all Game Pass at the moment. So I do have some Xbox One games. I'm looking on here. I do have a baseball game, MLB of the Show, but you guys are looking for something else earlier. I thought there was a Duke Nukem on here somewhere that was on Game Pass, wasn't there? Maybe I'm thinking of the PlayStation. Not full library. What do I want? Let's go to Game Pass and show all. So here's all the stuff that is on Game Pass. Black is on there. Must be from EA Play. I'm not seeing... There's Dead by Daylight. Dead Space, Desperados. I'm not seeing... Not quite there yet. There's Double Dragons, Dragon Age, Drake. UFC, for some reason, is way up here. Probably because it starts with an E, EA. Yeah, I'm not seeing Duke Nukem on here. That game is tough, T-Tech Trab. That's why I didn't keep going on it. Let's see... Picks for me. Recently added. So, out of the recently added games, sad thing is, I don't think I've heard of almost any. I've heard of Subnautica, but all the rest of these are like indie titles. Not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not knocking the indie titles, but there needs to be a reason for me to want to play them, and not any of them are grabbing my interest. Let's head back out of that. Let's see the games I have downloaded again. 110 games downloaded on here, and yes, I do have the expanded storage on here. Otherwise, there's absolutely no way I could do this. Rocket League, which I've already played in the past. What do you guys think? Yep, Damon Forbes, you were right on there. And by the way, I don't know if I said welcome to the stream earlier, but I'm saying that now. Super Lucky's Tale is your really favorite 3D platformer. How you enjoyed the new Super Lucky's Tale? Played it on Game Pass. Gotcha. Skatebird looks pretty fun. It has to be what I have downloaded already, because it looks like it's just going to keep downloading some updates here. So yes, this is 92% of 2 terabytes already full. And I did have Halo 5 Guardians on here, but I had to delete it afterwards because it takes up like 100 gigs. This is not available because it's a disc game. Everything else on here is available. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is actually really good. I streamed that, gosh, back in 2019. I don't think I beat it yet. I was playing it on the Switch for a while. That's definitely really fun. Cuphead is one that I bought. It's the first game I bought when I got my Xbox. Golf with Friends is kind of funny. Katamari... Is it Damaki? Damasi? I don't know how to say. I've never said that. I just say Katamari. Katamari is fun. Mighty Number 9 I've streamed a little bit before of. It's a faithful recreation of that. I mean, obviously we have Wheel of Fortune. Yooka-Laylee, this must have been a game of gold. Yooka-Laylee, the original one, I would not recommend. If you like Banjo-Kazooie, and you wish they made a new one, but didn't fix any of the issues that you had with the old ones, Yooka-Laylee is the best thing to play. But if you guys just want to rehash of the old ones, why do I have Banjo-Kazooie on here twice? They're both on Game Pass. And Banjo-Tooie's on here twice now. And yes, recently up here I've been replaying Final Fantasy 13, and I remember I liked this game on the PlayStation 3 back in the day, and I had pretty good experiences with it. But now I'm beginning to see a lot of the criticisms of why people didn't like that game. Oh. I'm about to update 2 things. Apparently it required me to actually click that myself to do that. Perfect Dark. Plants vs. Zombies. Let's do a Plants vs. Zombies level. It's getting close to Halloween. We gotta do some Halloween on here. Rocket League is a good game. We're actually competing in it in esports this year. So we did last year too, and I'm hoping to see some of those matches. We may be streaming them online too. And if I ever remember what our Twitch handle is, I'll put that in the description sometime. If you guys wanted to see my esports kiddos compete. Drive Space is a hot commodity. That's the reason why I had to get it already. I don't think I've ever played this on console. Yeah, the first ukulele, that's why I keep telling people, oh, I must have started this at some point. That's the reason why I've been telling people to give Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair a shot. It's not a 3D platformer, it's a 2D side-scrolling platformer. Almost as good as Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is very weird to see this on a huge television screen. I'm used to playing this on a tablet. That is insane. Yes, I'm coaching esports at my local high school. I'm coaching Overwatch, and another person that I work with is coaching Rocket League. And then we have a fall season, a winter season, and a spring season. And state series is now in the spring. Because yes, for the first time, we have an esports state series coming, because Illinois has now officially recognized esports as an official. I think they're calling it an activity instead of a sport. But hey, whatever gets us legitimacy, I'm okay with that. I meant this face. Oh, you hate it when you mistype the wrong face? Yes, this game does bring back good memories. More or less of my iPad, though. Actually, I probably first played this on my Android phone. There he is. I don't think I've ever played this on console. I never had this for console. Hey, I appreciate that, T-Tech Trad. I will pass along the good thoughts to our teammates as well. Last year was probably one of the most difficult things, which is we started an esports team at our high school. We started it last January of 2020. We found out that some of the computers in our industrial tech lab had graphics cards in them, so we're like, hey, let's see what kind of games these can play. And we kind of got together like, just what do the kids want to play? And Rocket League was one. Obviously, they wanted to play stuff like Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege. Smite was big. And so we started holding just like impromptu kind of practices. Basically, hey, come in, bring your console, your PC, and we'll play these games. That's how we started the whole thing. And the person I coach with, she actually started a gaming club there. And that's where I've donated a lot of extra equipment to. Any extra games that I get that I haven't resold, I donate to the gaming club. I just unlocked an achievement, soil your plants. So, I mean, it's been amazing. The kids love it. We've had a very strong interest. We have about 450 total enrollment in our high school, so, I mean, we're a small rural school district. But we had over, like, 40 kids out of those. So about 10% of the student body came in and said, hey, we want to play esports. That's a pretty significant turnout for a cold interest survey. And, of course, the scholarship opportunities and skills that can be learned. I mean, there's a lot behind esports besides just the games. It's kind of funny, you know, you do learn a lot in other sports too, but the tech skills that you learn in esports could very well lead you to an internship or a job in the tech field or into a tech program in a college. And colleges in my area are actually starting to recruit for esports. So, and basically, they're looking for kids with experience, obviously with a passion. But even outside of that, they need people who can help staff practice teams and can help do a whole bunch of other things too. So, I mean, yeah. You guys can tell I've been in the mode of defending or trying to sell the idea of esports to like our school administrators in our community. But thankfully, it didn't take much convincing. Our sports boosters were the people who do all the fundraising for our sports teams. Since we didn't have a lot of in-person sports last year that we normally would, the fundraising, they had the money from the fundraisers, and they said, you know what, we'll help you guys get esports started. And they bought us brand new gaming PCs. I donated 2 of them out of my own money because I really wanted to see the program get started. So we got enough for a team set of PCs, and we're off and running with it. If it wasn't part of my job kind of thing, I would have already done a video about this program, and maybe I will do that sometime. But it's a tricky subject when you have minors on videos. So if I did do a video on it, it would only be featuring maybe the equipment, maybe my co-coach if she wanted to be in the video with me. But and that's the thing too, is I don't feel like I'm an expert at all in the field of esports. I'm definitely not a master of any of the games we play. In fact, I hadn't even played... The first time I played Overwatch was about 4 weeks before I started coaching it last year. I had played Rocket League. Rocket League's a good one. And Overwatch grew on me. It's actually really fun, and what I really like about Overwatch is that it is definitely a team game. There is very little possibility that you will be able to pull off a win in Overwatch if you're not communicating. I would say it's impossible, but I don't like to say anything's impossible. Man, seeing this upscaled to 4K and 60 frames a second is on me. I'm seeing it upscaled to 4K. You guys are getting 1080. This is just insane. And using a stick to do all this instead of using a touch interface. Oh. Cherry bomb. Anyway. Esports is fire. Plants vs. Zombies console version has a tree and that's it. Yep. You see a little bit more of the house, and you can see Crazy Dave's trailer on the other side of the street. So you guys are going to see my, I don't want to say award-winning, but my never-fail strategy for Plants vs. Zombies. Pretty much perfected this back in the day. This is a game I actually still, every once in a while, will still play this. I have an iPad that sits up here. And the day that Plants vs. Zombies stops working on it will be the day I quit using that iPad altogether. And of course I'm talking about the original Plants vs. Zombies app. The one that EA came out with is, terrible. So, well, I understand why, but, I mean, did they really have to sell to EA? That is the goal, though, of some of these, I don't want to say independent, but small-time developers. Sell to the big guys and just rake in the money. And that's the same thing, like, that's what Microsoft's doing right now. They're buying up every game studio that's not nailed down, for sure. Can't win money playing football. Putting scholarship into contests would be so big. Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, and that's part of the thing that's the problem with... we talked a lot about this with our athletic director and our school administrators and the superintendent. You know what the average retirement age is for an esports player? I don't know if this still rings true today, but I'll just say it broadly, it is your early 20s. Basically, by the time you get out of high school, if you haven't started playing yet, you might as well not even, I don't want to say you might as well not even start, but you're already behind everyone else because the average retirement age for esports could be before you're done with college. I mean, it's just how the way competitions work. So there was somebody talking about that, but even by the time they get to the high school, if they're just starting at that age, it may already be too late for them to make an impact in the industry. If you guys saw, there was a news article, I forgot where it was. Was it Ohio? Where, I can't remember, there was a kid that won a Fortnite tournament and won, like, the prize purse was over $2 million. So, and that kid was 14, I want to say. Could have been 16, but 14 was, you know, before the age of entering high school for most. So, yeah. So you guys can tell I'm kind of into it. I'm very knowledgeable. It took... I've been researching this and trying to get this started in our school district for the last 5 or 6 years. Me and the person who I co-coach with, who is awesome, by the way, definitely couldn't do it without her. I tried for years to get something started, and it wasn't until my co-coach came along that we were able to get this going. The biggest game in eSport is Free Fire. Oh, okay. I would have thought it would have been like League of Legends. Which is funny, I was very much dreading the year that I would have to coach League of Legends. Because I can play that casually. Okay. I'll have to let go. Crazy Dave. I remember before my niece and nephew had a, there we go. Before my niece and nephew had a cell phone, I got them Plants vs. Zombies on DS. And that game is fun. It is completely watered down and can barely run it at times. But that's how my niece for sure was made aware of this game. Gosh, how old is this game now? I bet it's at least 10 years old, but I'm trying to think of exactly how old it is. Is it 11 years old? Yeah, I'm trying to save those exploding walnuts till the end. Oh, and we haven't seen any track zombies yet, so that's great. Sometimes you need a little help, hey. And that's why I said teamwork makes the dream work. That's definitely true. Uh-oh. Zombies coming out of every tree. It is kind of strange that I was wondering how this was going to look on a big screen TV, and it surprisingly... Alright, I feel like we can use one of these now. Excuse me. I did not mean to use one of those on them, but whatever. The music in this game is also very, I'll say iconic. And of course the ending song. I doubt we get to hear it today because I will fall asleep before we get to the end of this game. I don't know why I did that. I need to use those on groups of zombies like this. Kapow. Yeah, well, I mean, they ruined Plants vs. Zombies too. PopCap was already working on it, and it's kind of funny. It's probably because their goals aligned. I don't fault EA for wanting to put microtransactions in their game. I mean, it is the reason why they've made hand over fist oodles of money. And of course, the fact that they've been able to do that means they're going to stay in the game longer and report higher profits to their stockholders and look good for them and all that stuff. But I mean, it's at the expense of player enjoyment, and I think that's going to hurt them in the long run. Hence why EA is one of the most irreputable company. Oh, I didn't realize that was the end. I thought there was another wave coming. That's why I was still hanging on to stuff. Potato mine explodes on contact, but takes time to arm itself. Love the potato mine. Alright. I'll get through the first stage and then I'll be done. We'll use this strategy. We got our flowers planted. It is very strange to use a joystick to control this game. It's definitely meant for a touch interface. I found it strange to do it with a mouse, because when I got my MacBook, I bought the Mac version, and I thought that was strange too. It definitely feels like it needs a touch interface. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm just formulating the strategy. And you can tell I like having everything kind of in a specific order. I don't know if that's a bit OCD of me to do that, but... hey, the strategy always works. Of course, I'll say that, and eventually I'll end up killing... Whoa, what do we got here? Ring Fit Master, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Oh, well. And no, I don't waste my time with walnuts here. It says, hey, it's been a while. Been busy with working a new job and new responsibilities. Just to let you know, still think of you. Love the videos. Hope to see you more on Tuesday. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for not only the donation, but for the very kind words. I will say you are missed when you're not able to make it in. And yes, I still stream on Tuesdays. Although, I mean, I'm getting a pretty good following tonight, too. I don't know if I'll ever be able to stream multiple days a week. It's just tonight happened to work out. I have a... You can tell I'm back upstairs streaming, so... Well, I guess I'll say this. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I gotta read that again. Been a while, been busy with work with the new job. And I was gonna say, yes, that's what I was gonna ask. How's the new job going? Alright, I forgot. I guess I should put the walnuts up for when the track zombies come in. I also do these. And... oh. Got my ice zombie. Or my ice pea shooter. Is EA the worst company? Worse than Comcast? It is actually, it's got the reputation as the least liked company. There was a survey done in 2019 where I saw a video where somebody showed the data from it, and I actually looked at the study they did, or the survey results, and yeah, EA was up there as the worst hated video game company. I don't know what the worst hated company of all was. Because I can see things like maybe Walmart or basically maybe hated or seen as evil, not in the customer's best interest. So again, if you have that kind of reputation, it's the same thing with Activision. Activision's up there too, Activision Blizzard. It was a lot higher on the video game list than I thought it would be. Because, again, I still think of Activision, probably like some of you guys who think, oh, Activision, those people who used to make the best games. You know, they broke off from Atari because they didn't like how they were exploiting the game developers, and now apparently they're guilty of doing it. Oh, and there's that whole lawsuit against Activision. They're not immune from the accusations of corruption, misbehavior by upper management, all that stuff, so... Hey, don't feel bad if you ever have to miss. I understand. Life happens outside of the stream, too. So, you guys be patient with me, and I will always be patient with you. So yes, I appreciate it when you are able to stop by, but if not, please don't worry about it. You'll be missed, but I know you guys will make it in next time. New job's going well, but it's still a job. Yeah, I can... There we go. I thought I was going to have to sacrifice one of those. Here to see what kind of zombies those are. Okay, good. Almost. There we go. I completely hear you about starting a new job. It's always... The unknowns, what you don't know, is kind of the big thing that I would find stressful more than anything else in a job like... in a situation like that. Well, I think that's not going to make him explode, but at least it'll slow him down. Best Buy is up there on the reputation list. I know Best Buy has kind of gotten there on there. But I guess I will say this. My personal experiences with Best Buy have not been terrible. But I've tried to order things for our school through them. And let's just say it seems like they're making it intentionally difficult to order things through them. I mean, if I can't just get on their website and order something, if it requires me to pick up the phone and make a phone call to order something online, there's something wrong if you're ordering a system online. Which is hilarious because, well, ironic because I feel like they're trying to say that, oh, we're trying to make improvements to our online system to keep people from scalping consoles. I'm like, okay, so you're trying to keep people from scalping, or, you know, buying too many PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X by keeping anyone from ordering something from your website? That doesn't seem like a company that wants to stay in business. Although, how Best Buy makes their money is not necessarily through the volume of sales. So, that comes from, I worked for Best Buy. Actually, it's been about 10 years. Next summer will be 10 years since I've worked at Best Buy. I worked there over a summer, and it was okay, but I wouldn't go back. Just based on the experience I had with the company. The people were great, it's just the... Oh, yeah, I'll just say it's the company reputation at that point. I guess that's something I can agree with. Activision being seen as not as bad as EA is still not a compliment, yeah. I agree with you there, Ring Fit. New job is mostly the same as the old one, just needed a new environment. Last one felt complacent. It was a very difficult decision, but wanted to grow. Yeah, I can understand that. Well, I switched over from... I worked in fast food in management for 8.5 years. This actually started as one of my first jobs, I guess. I started at the age of 16 as a... as the person who did the grill / whatever other job nobody else wanted to do, drive-through and all that stuff. Became a shift manager, then I eventually became the person who helped train their managers. Their shift managers. And did that for 8.5 years, and switched over to education after I got my teaching degree, which is what I was working for, so... Even though it was something I wanted, yes, I can definitely feel you. But that was completely different fields. The big thing was learning the job all over again. And then the same thing happened when I switched over from education into education technology. Being the technology guru. Ooh, I have enough plants to where I can pick them. I will never pick this one intentionally. In fact, if there's any level I hate playing, you guys know what it is. It's level 4-5. Yes. Where it's all nothing like that. Hey, Chid255, welcome to the stream. PvZ is a nice game. You know, it's getting close to Halloween, and I thought, what's a nice Halloween game we can play? And I could be playing, like, the 3D first-person shooter Plants vs. Zombies, but no thank you. I mean, why play a worse game when I can play a good game? This is on Game Pass right now, by the way. That's how I'm playing this. I think it's on Game Pass. I don't think it's a Games with Gold one. It's on EA Play, actually. So if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you'll have this. Which I was able to get Game Pass Ultimate for $1 for 6 months. It was only supposed to be $1 for 3 months, but as you guys heard, I had issues getting mine to get set up, and Microsoft couldn't help me, and they were all apologetic, and they're like, oh, we'll give you... However long you had left with Gold, we'll give you Game Pass Ultimate for that amount of time, and it turned out it was a little over 6 months. So, I mean, it's good customer service, I guess. I do like to keep a healthy amount of games downloaded on this, though. I already had to get external storage. We talked about that a little bit ago. But that's the sad thing. I also had to get external storage for my PlayStation already. So both of them, I have a terabyte upgrade, a terabyte SSD upgrade plugged into them. I think eventually I'm going to plug in a... I have an old 4 terabyte drive that's coming up on what I consider end of life. Once a physical hard drive is, or an external hard drive is more than 5 years old, I don't like to rely on it for my everyday backup and storage. So I will swap it out for a brand new one. And what I use is I use the old ones for a game drive for my game consoles, basically. Because if it fails, I can just re-download the games. Not sure if that's going to help in time, but we'll see. And it did. Like I said, seeing this upscaled to 4K, and I'm listening to this in surround sound. I don't know if it's coming through on the mic still, but it's just something That is very strange. Again, the only time I've played this game, I've never played it on a TV. I've played it on the DS, I've played it on the iPad, I have played it on my MacBook, but in MacBook it's always in a windowed mode, so definitely not full screen. And I don't think I played it on my MacBook in a while, because my preferred way to play this game is on a tablet with a touch interface. Alright, anybody coming that needs to be blocked with a... Yep. There it is. Yes, this is the... I'm playing this on Game Pass on my Xbox Series X. But it's the Xbox 360 version of the game. I'm right, a version came out for this for the PS3 as well. Whatever consoles were out at the time. I don't know if the Wii... I don't think the Wii got one, but it was on the DS. Yeah, this is way better. Splatterhouse is perfect for Halloween. Okay, I'll keep that in mind for when I'm back downstairs, when I do my retro streams. Since I last saw you... Yes, the Sealed Wada Games conspiracy, yep. I did finally watch that video because somebody mentioned that to me on the chat, so I decided to go ahead and go back and watch it, and yes, I 100% agree. I will say the one thing that I would note from that whole thing... Ooh. I guess this might work. The whole thing I'll note from that whole experience is that the only thing that that video did for me in terms of exposing the Wada Games, basically they're saying Wada Games and Heritage Auctions are inflating, purposely trying to drive prices up for the retro game collectors market to make their games sell at a higher price because they'll make more money out of commissions. Heritage Auctions makes more money out of commissions, and Wada Games makes more money based on how much they can value games at. So whether or not they think that the YouTubers seem convinced that this was fraudulent, but I'll tell you this, the only thing I can tell you is that the only thing it does is confirm the suspicion for me that somebody was falsely inflating video game prices. I noticed it a lot with GameCube titles, and I was beginning to notice it a lot more with just all titles in general. The fact that I don't know, I don't want to get too far into it about my own personal experience with it, but let's just say it's just confirming a trend I've been seeing for quite a while. The last 2 or 3 years in video games, it's just good to finally be able to put a finger on exactly what's going on. Because absolutely, no one who is collecting video games to play them is going to pay the outrageous prices. And when I mean outrageous prices, I don't mean $500,000 or $1 million or $2 million. I mean $200 for a Super Mario Bros. 3. Like, no one who is collecting to play the games is ever going to buy a game for that. Only people who buy the games as an investment to make money off of them are going to do that. And everyone who seriously collects video games knows there is absolutely no way for you to recoup your investment out of collecting video games because it's a hobbyist market. So it's not like other collecting markets that are out there. So these other people who obviously have had experience inflating collectors markets of other things like comic books. Video games are not the same as comic books or any other type of media that has been collectible in the past. So I'm very curious to see, hopefully, how the people who are doing this basically get what's coming to them, because it is affecting the casual collector like myself, or the people who collect just to play games like me. It's definitely, it's like I said, anyone who's been collecting video games seriously and for a while is just confirming everything that they've seen, pretty much. Because yeah, that's everything that we would talk about at the video game conventions I've been to. Like, everyone talks about, oh yeah, it's kind of insane how much some of the games are going for. And again, this is before the announcements of millions of dollars for video games. It's just like, oh yeah, someone paid $1,000 for this game. I'm like, what? I don't care how rare something is in a video game, you never pay more than $1,000 for a game unless it's the Neo Geo, I guess. That's the great thing about this game, is I can pretty much beat it without having to think about any of the strategy behind it while I'm talking to you guys about the stuff that you're putting in the chat. There's a mod for Plants vs. Zombies 2 that makes it really good as well. Well, that's good. I really like Plants vs. Zombies 2. I just couldn't get over the microtransactions, so I never beat it. Is it even possible to beat Plants vs. Zombies 2? Or is that something you gotta pay for? Because if there was ever a paywall behind beating the game, I would have abandoned it right there and never picked it up again. So I don't know if that is why I've done that, but that's summing up what I've done with Plants vs. Zombies 2. I abandoned it, and I've never picked it up again. I don't think I'll have time to make another row, but I'm going to go ahead and attempt another row of double Peters. Yes, Chid, I was specifically thinking of the GameCube market when you said that. As soon as I saw the GameCube market was going up into hundreds of dollars, Super Mario Sunshine was the tipping point for me. When I saw Super Mario Sunshine back in 2019 selling for over $100, I said something is happening. There is no reason why that game is selling for over $100. They sold... That was one of the best sellers. Now, the GameCube itself wasn't a huge seller for Nintendo. It wasn't the best seller. It wasn't as bad as the Wii U. But it definitely wasn't as big as the PS2 and the Xbox. But when you take a game that has sold over millions of copies on the system, I can't remember exactly how much it was. I'm like, there's no way that the GameCube pricing is right on that, is what I thought. So that was my first tip, that something was wrong. Like, something was happening with the retro collector's market. And here we go. Here's the letter from Crazy Dave. Yeah, the fact that somebody paid millions for a video game, they're gonna be shocked. And of course, it is an investment group. So here's the problem. They're probably not going to lose money on it. Like, they can probably get out of the investment by saying, oh, it was fraudulent, so it shouldn't count, kind of thing. Like, they have ways of getting their money back out of that stuff if it fails. So it's no... I don't want to say it's no skin off of their nose if it goes wrong, but investment groups should not be buying video games, basically. Anyone who is just asking for their investment to be destroyed. I mean, I'm not a financial expert, but I think I know enough about video games to at least know that. I personally don't think that video games are going to be like... I'm not investing in them for my retirement or anything like that. I'm not investing in them to make money off of them. I'm not trying to start like a business or anything like that. It's just, like I said, it is what it is at this point. I think I've already said my piece on it. Why did I just plant that there? I do like this song too. And I can waste this. You guys see my strategy that I'm doing on this one too? The surround sound of this game's kind of throwing my hearing off a little bit because I keep hearing like the peas hitting zombies, but it sounds like it's coming from behind me. So I'm like, what are people doing outside this at this hour? It's about 10:30 in my time, so. So now this is pretty much at the point where there's no way I can lose, so I can just keep planning as many things as I want. And there we go. Let's let that go for a little bit, see what happens. Let's catch up on the chat while that's going up here. You beat Plants vs. Zombies 2 with a mod. Yep. Certainly a lot more challenging than the first game. Iron Hander is your limit. Xbox didn't sell much higher, and it's cheap as heck. Yes, exactly, Chid. That's exactly right. That's another indicator that's showing nothing's wrong, but PlayStation 2 wasn't shooting up that much in value. Like I said, there's always market indicators for those that are willing to look. One of my I won't say favorite. One of the better movies I've seen in recent years was The Big Short, where they talk about, where they say something about, actually no one can see a bubble, that's what makes it a bubble. And he says, well, there's always indicators. I'm like, you just gotta look at it. Like, that's that same philosophy. The PS2 sold better because the DVD player and it was a game console. Well, it wasn't just sold as a game console, but yes. There we go. The Explodinator. I'm just planning whatever. I need another cherry bomb if they got one. I would take that off of their hands for them. There it is. You agree Nintendo collecting in general is just overpriced? Yep. Well, especially since now they're kind of bent on selling you their old games as something new again on the Switch. So, honestly, why do you need to go back and collect them for the older systems? It's always going to be cheaper on the new platform. Evening, play one, start. Oh, it's got my Xbox tag in there, why not? His zombies just won't keep coming, will you? Notice the fighting zombies is different at night than in the day, and Crazy Dave is gone. So I am going to save this and not continue. Because it is getting tiring for me. I will catch up on the chat, and then we'll have to bid you guys adieu for the night. If they just re-release the GameCube as a next-gen console, side ports for the NES and SNES would be a huge hit. You know, the problem is, and this is one of the reasons that's a problem for. I'm surprised that. Let me start this over. I am surprised that the Xbox Series X offers original Xbox backwards compatibility. The reasoning behind that is the discs themselves still have to be supported then. Like, think about all the the scratches that are going to be on an original Xbox title that has not been resurfaced or anything like that. So, I mean, they also have to provide support for the online for those games and everything else that goes with it. So, even it makes sense why there's only like 50 or so, 60 or so games from the original Xbox that are supported on the Series X and the Series S if you buy the digital title. So, I guess that's why you have... Basically, it doesn't even use the disc anymore. It just checks the disc and be like, yep, this is a copy of it. Okay, download the new version so we don't have to worry about playing this old disc anymore. So that's what the Xbox Series X does. It just uses your disc as a license key, but it does that for new games too, and it does it for Xbox 360 games too. But anyway, that's one of the reasons why you're not going to see the PS5 go all the way back to the PlayStation 1. That's one of the reasons why, because those discs are now 25 or so years old, 20 and 25 years old. And they don't want to support those discs. Number two, they could do PlayStation 2 games. They look a lot better. They can upscale okay-ish. But what people really want to play are PS3 games, and PS3 is just not going to happen. So, they're just way too... yeah, if there's no way for them to economically emulate the PS3 on the PS5, they're just not going to do it. They can make more money remastering or repackaging the game to you, so... but anyway, getting back to why the GameCube thing, they don't want to support that older software, so I guess releasing as a next-gen system, I don't know. I mean, you could put a mini-disc reader onto the Switch and just make it play on there, couldn't you? Add it into the dock. There's some food for thought. Anywho, couldn't play them portably. I like hearing you talk about games, ever think about news reactions. I kind of... T-Tech Trap, I did that a little bit when I did a reaction video to, oh, what am I trying to think of? Oh, the Intellivision Amico. I did a reaction video to that, and people seem to like it. It's just, I don't always have as strong of a reaction or opinion to things. And I guess I can't really find myself... It's very tough for me to script that kind of a video, unless I have a lot of fuel behind what I'm saying. So if I had somebody else who scripted that for me, oh yeah, absolutely, I can jump on that bandwagon. And basically, I don't want to say put words in my mouth or say thoughts that I'm not thinking. What I mean is have someone help me put my thoughts into words, is what I would need to. So I can probably do something like that, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't want to do a reaction video on the Wata game situation. I probably still could and kind of reiterate what I said and add on a couple more points on it. But yeah, I think on the stream works out well for it too. Only speculating, but I find many people who never played GameCube back in the day have come to appreciate it. A lot more recent years, driving prices up. Yeah, but Ring Fit, to the extremes of what the prices were at, like, I can understand if Super Mario Sunshine sold for $50. It's a very common game, but when that demand came in, $50 seemed right. $60 would be like, okay, people went a little crazy. $70, I'd be like, people are out of their minds crazy. $100, people are beyond out of their minds, something's happening. Like, that's what I meant by that. So, oh yeah, similar to the TurboGrafx 16 and the Saturn. Yeah, and that's another thing too. I think partially, the Saturn didn't sell... I mean, when we say the Saturn didn't sell well, as compared to the GameCube, it really didn't sell well compared to the GameCube. The GameCube sold like 3 times the amount of consoles that the Saturn did here in the US. So, I mean, we're not comparing apples to apples in that scenario. But yes, so... And the TurboGrafx sold even less than the Saturn, so yes, that's why those games are rare. But... gotta say, this game is incredibly easy. Yeah, it's just, I've played this game so many times. I'm sure for a kid, or the first few times playing it, you might make some mistakes. But yes, once you see the strategy I do, you just gotta keep doing it. Alright. I'm gonna keep talking, so I guess I should play as I'm doing this. Hey, Jet Streamer, welcome to the stream. I say it happens, or Sony is toast. It's just, like I said, if we see anything that comes out of this, maybe they'll do the same thing that Nintendo's doing. they'll just start releasing it as part of the PlayStation Plus membership. You get access to some of these PlayStation 1 games, the ones that Sony owns, obviously. But yeah, PlayStation 1 games don't look good on a modern display. I mean, they just don't. So I think that's part of the reason they want to get rid of the games that didn't upscale well. That's why oh, I did that wrong. That's why Nintendo is so skittish about. They want to emulate it so they can upscale it a little bit more, and they can run the game better. So I mean, I think that's part of the reason why it took N64 games a while to come out for the Switch. Because Nintendo was not going to release them the way they looked back in the day. They had to get them looking good on the new platform. And after the PlayStation Classic, you pretty much saw what Sony's going to be able to do to those games to make them look good. And they didn't look good. Not on the PlayStation Classic. Excuse me. I guess that's the same reason why we haven't seen an N64 Classic yet either. Hey, Gato Jr., welcome to the stream. Oh, I have my first plant for my Zen garden. Oh no, it's a co-op and challenge mode. There's a co-op mode? Did I just read that right? That's something you can't get on a tablet. Alright, hang on. I'm getting too distracted from the chat. A bunch haven't been around on Tuesdays. No, that's alright. A scripter, you said? Yeah. Well, I say that too. That's partially... one of the things I do when I'm researching videos is I contribute to the Wikipedia articles that I get some of my information from. I do a lot more research outside of Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is already a succinct summary that's, by the way, common, what do they call it, Creative Commons, or, it's an open source, so I can use Wikipedia in my videos as long as I cite them, and I do. And I can paraphrase, and sometimes some people say, oh, but you almost read that verbatim off of Wikipedia. Some people have called me out on that. And I'll say, yeah, but did you ever ask who helped write that Wikipedia article? And in a couple of the cases where people have noticed that, it was exactly what my contribution was to that article. To tell you the truth, I was kind of surprised to see that some of my contributions are still there and have not been edited. Because, for some reason, people like nothing better than to tear down some of the Wikipedia articles that I've done. Hey, to each their own, right? Or as somebody else said, Charlize Theron. There we go. That's what I needed. So again, once you have this strategy down, again, it's just plant your sunflowers. If you don't plant sunflowers, you can't win the game. Zombies eat your brains. Alright. I say go for it if you want. Reaction videos travel well for a bit. Yeah. Well, that's true, and controversy sells. I appreciate that, Damon. Well, it's not that I'm trying to get out of here. It's that if I do stay up much longer, I'm going to be, not tired now, but I'll be tired tomorrow. And tomorrow's another long day. So, long in terms of time. In other words, I don't have enough time to do stuff when I get home, so might as well get my enjoyment out of the way tonight, right? N64 is strange. People love it. But I'd say it's in the conversation one of the worst consoles. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, I say in the conversation of... It's in the conversation of worst consoles. There you go. Yeah, I would say, I'm not trying to say anything bad about it. I'm just saying it just physically looks bad when upscaled to a modern display. The way that early games did 3D... Alright, I'm definitely... Player 2, press start to join. Yeah, there's a co-op mode in this. That's interesting. I've never tried to do Plants vs. Zombies 2-player, but there may be a time when I attempt this on stream because that is a interesting prospect. I don't know how you play it 2-player. I'm interested to see what that looks like. But anyway, now I'm not saying it's one of the worst consoles, or even in the conversation of worst consoles. I just say it just looks bad. The PlayStation and the N64 both look bad on modern displays because the way they had to make their 3D and get it fast enough using that limited technology, they had to use all the tricks in the book that only worked on CRT displays. So the fuzziness of the N64, the quote-unquote broken polygon shifts of the PlayStation, it looked great, or it looked good, I don't want to say great, but the N64 looked better on a CRT than the PlayStation did, but they both looked acceptable back then because of that. You put those on a modern display without any sort of upscaling or changing or anything, they look awful. And it's because it was designed for technology that isn't around anymore, so. Not sure if you heard the news yet, but hang on a second. Let's see my eyes. Oh, did not mean to click a button. Let's read this here. Not sure if you heard the news, but NIS America are not doing so well. Several employees been... Oh, I did not hear that. Huh. I will have to keep an eye out for information about that. I did not know that, Ring Fit. I appreciate that, T-Tech Tram. Allows them to borrow money from investors or bank loans will drop on. That's not a good scenario, but I've seen companies recover from that scenario. It's just not very often. Like video game news, but there are a lot of pros that, yeah, and that's the other thing too, is like, I feel like sometimes this stuff's really well covered. And the people who do this stuff full time can get to it in a timely manner. Like, I forgot what it was. I think it was Metal Jesus Rocks had his reaction video to that other video, and I think he heard about it about the same time that it came out, but he had it up, I think, within 24 hours of that video's posting. I mean, that would have taken me days, and I still haven't done one now, if not weeks. So, if I would have heard that suggestion earlier in today, of course I wouldn't have heard it without streaming. I probably wouldn't be able to get a video out tomorrow. I'd just do like a quick me sitting in front of a camera, talking out my theories. The editing of that would take forever because whenever I ramble on in these long, incoherent sentences, I have to edit them down to make them make sense and get them more concise and cohesive. So, you guys usually don't see that part of my thought process in these videos. Whenever I go off script, there are tons of... Yeah, see, there's that versus and co-op mode again. Anyway. Back to the issues at hand. Gotti Jr., welcome to the stream. Everyone's getting in right at the end. If many PlayStation games bugged my eyes out back then, 32-bit 3D could look awful. The Dreamcast took us out of that. Yes, the Dreamcast was the first taste of acceptable 3D that I had. Although, I mean, even the Packard Bell 133 megahertz, 1 megabyte of video RAM. Can't remember what kind of graphics card it used, but it was something that only Packard Bell machines had. That looked better than a PlayStation. I mean, what was it? Star Wars Jedi Knight, the first one, with Kyle Katarn and that whole thing. Yeah, that game looked awesome compared to what the PlayStation can do. So, I mean, it's just... Yeah, I mean, I think that the games looked great back then, but yes, it's not one I'm fondly or nostalgic to go back to. Now, on the other side of that, the PlayStation 2 still looks great. I am often blown away at how good some PlayStation 2 games still look today, even on modern displays. The ones that didn't take advantage of that, some of the CRT tricks anymore and moved on to some upscaling and even some of them go in progressive scan. even the original Xbox, some of those games, one of them, Crash Nitro Kart? Plays in 720p HD on the original Xbox if you use component cables. And it looks awesome. I was shocked when I saw that. Excuse me. I know every time I cough it reds out the mic, so I apologize for that. My throat is really dry because I ran out of something to drink. So it is what you get. Hope America survives. Yeah, if I had to guess, somebody's going to buy them out. They'll get their properties. We may not get the same developers, but I think their product lines will survive. Or they'll get merged, or they're going to loan, or something will happen. I mean, Apple was heading towards that same thing when Steve Jobs came back and had to find a way to save them. Microsoft ended up having to bail them out. Your PS2 is hooked up with component cables. I don't think there are any games that go beyond 480p, though, on the PlayStation. I'm not 100% certain on that. I don't think any of them do 720. And if they do, it's definitely not advertised that they do 720. But I have a stack of games that I've set aside from the Xbox. They all play in at least 720p, and one of them play at 1080i, and that's Enter the Matrix. And I want to do a video topic on this. I hate announcing this early because somebody's going to beat me to it as soon as I say it out loud. But it's going to be called HD on the original Xbox. And I'm going to, now that I have that RetroTink 5X Pro, I wanted to capture all the HD footage I could off of my original Xbox with the games that I have in my collection that can do full HD, and I was going to do a video on that. So, right now I'm still in the middle of the Neo Geo, so it's one of those topics that someday I'll get to. It could still be 6 months from now. That's how far away this video topic could be. It's just, it could be in a couple weeks, because I may get remotivated this week. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hold off on the Neo Geo. I'm going to start working on this. So you never know. Speaking of Kyle Katarn, just got Star Wars Jedi Academy on the Switch eShop. Yep, I've bought those games so many times. It's not even funny. I don't think I have it on the Switch, and if I don't buy now, I think I'm done buying them for now. And I also saw too, it's on EA Play now too. So EA Play Pro. Not the one that comes with Xbox Ultimate. Or Game Pass Ultimate. Jedi Outcast on the GameCube. I played that on the PC, actually, back in the day. Somebody gave me a pirated copy of it. I got it at a LAN party from a friend. So that's how I played Jedi Knight 2. On a Windows 98 Gateway machine. 650 megahertz AMD Athlon processor. Again, I do not remember what kind of video card it was, but it was a 128 megabyte video card. The machine itself, actually, it may have been 120 megabytes of RAM. I'm gonna cough again. Hang on. It may have only had 128 megabytes of RAM total, but I want to say it was 256 of RAM. But anyway, it had a powerful enough 3D graphics card to run that. Always play PS1 games with HDMI? Oh, I gotta play those on a CRT. I'm not a big fan of playing those, unless it's on, like, the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 smooths it out and upscales it okay. But like I said, they just don't look... If you saw that coming out of a PlayStation 5, you'd be like, oh, this PlayStation 5, it doesn't have good... I mean, it would put a stain on the PlayStation 5. But the original Xbox games still look good when upscaled properly and, I guess, smoothed over with some HD textures. So, I mean, that's what's holding them back. They can do PlayStation 2 games, they probably should, but then people complain even more, why is there no PS3 games on the PS5? That's ridiculous, and it all comes down to the technology behind it. I am 100% in agreement with Sony that they probably shouldn't even try to put PS3 games on it. As a gamer, I want it, but as a consumer and if I were in charge of Sony, I completely understand. Like, I think it's something we all secretly understand. it's technologically different. The only way they can offer backwards compatibility is if they put a PlayStation 3 inside of the console with everything else. And as they tried to do that with the PS2, it was too expensive, and when the system didn't sell well, it almost bankrupted the PlayStation division of Sony. I mean, there was a point where we almost wouldn't have gotten a PlayStation 4 if they didn't turn things around like they did, and if the PSP hadn't have been as big of a success that helped float them through that. We may be looking at it like what they did with the Vita. The Vita was immediately not a success, and even though it was a good system, a bit ahead of its time, they just completely dropped it like a bad habit when it wasn't selling well, and they were done. That could have almost happened to the PlayStation 3. And just think if that would have happened. Just think if they would have had their partnership with Nintendo go through. Sorry, I'm reading through the comments here to myself, and I read a lot faster when I'm not talking. Or reading out loud. That rumor's come up a couple of times about Microsoft buying Sega. I could see them wanting to. I mean, nothing but benefits for Microsoft to do if they do that. I really don't think gamers will be happy if they do that, because Microsoft is only buying studios that have a strong creative direction already. They're not buying studios that they can control and they can tell them what games to make. Does that make sense? That's what they tried to do with Rare, and it didn't work out very well. So, there was that. Just bought the cruising game for the Switch. I almost picked that up last weekend, Jet Screamer. I don't know why I didn't. I guess it must have been laziness on my end. How is it? This will be the last comment, by the way, and then I gotta go. Is that Cruisin' World? No. Cruisin' Blast. Every single time I list all the cruising games, and then I finally get to that one. So it's Cruisin' World, Cruisin' Exotica, Cruisin' USA. This one's Cruisin' Blast. That makes sense. The N64 wasn't beautiful either. Sometimes you felt like it was too blurry. Yes, exactly. Didn't look that bad on a CRT, but you can definitely... The blurriness definitely shows up whenever you plug it into a flat screen 1080p or higher display. It's almost unwatchable to me, my personal opinion. PlayStation gives me the same vibes. Maybe not as much as the N64, but it's got other problems besides blurriness. The evidence of Microsoft buying Sega is compatible with Dreamcast. So if I put in a Dreamcast game into this system, is it going to run? Is that what you're telling me? Like, I know there was that whole thing about when, right before, like the whole year, in the year 2000, there was a huge change in the direction of the Dreamcast. Very few people actually noticed it, because again, only the people who are Sega fans were buying it. Everyone else seemed to be waiting on either the PlayStation 2. Most were probably waiting on the PlayStation 2. A few were waiting on the next Nintendo system. And then nobody knew what Microsoft's Xbox was going to actually end up being in the year 2000. Let me see, let me get my head straight here again. So, but they rebranded all of their stuff from Sega Dreamcast to just Dreamcast. And I knew that they did this, but I didn't actually specifically notice they took off the word Sega out of Dreamcast. I just knew that their packages, instead of white, with the Sega Dreamcast spelled out in the symbol in the middle, it became black with just the word Dreamcast. And I didn't realize throughout the entire year 2000 and the first part of 2001, they were trying to find a partner to buy Dreamcast, basically. They're just like, just buy us out. You know, we'll take the hit. We're going to take a hit anyway. Just buy us out of Dreamcast. Somebody else can handle the manufacturing of the system, and we'll just go from there. But they couldn't find a buyer because it was a dying product already. It was just released, and it was going to be an uphill battle. Nobody wanted that product. But back then, people were saying Microsoft would have been the perfect... Oops. My controller go. People were like, oh, what... You know, why didn't Microsoft buy it? And that would have been made sense. They partnered with Microsoft on their operating system for the Dreamcast, and the Xbox is kind of considered like the Dreamcast too, so... Yeah. See, that's what I was asking, RingFit. Xbox compatible with Dreamcast since when? I know there were years. Yeah, that's. Yep. Absolutely. Some Dreamcasts have special features, if I'm right. Yeah, that could be. The reason why Sega removed their name from the Dreamcast cases was their company name was hurting the console. Well, that's true. And again, that could be part of the reasoning from the, removing the Sega branding, but the other part of that is, too, if they remove their brand name from it, they need to put another brand name on top of it. So selling off the Dreamcast division could have actually saved them. Stream Deck was going to be the Xbox handheld, and then they just went solo. Oh, yeah. Well, and I feel like that's where most consoles will eventually head. Kind of like how PCs turned into laptops. Are we going to have gaming consoles turn into gaming handhelds, and that's going to be the future of all of our systems? Who knows? I know Sony said they're out of the handheld business for good, but I mean, if the Switch is uber successful, and if Xbox does it, I have the feeling Sony's going to do it too, just because that's what Xbox is doing, and they have to keep up with them. So, anywho, I think that's going to end it for me tonight. Good stream tonight. Stream for longer than I thought I would. This is usually the part that you guys don't see. And this could crash the stream, by the way, because if I turn off the stream capture card, all of a sudden this thing starts winging out. So if I get cut short, that's the reason why. But I do want to thank everyone who joined me. Thank you again, I believe it was RingFit, for your generous donation on stream tonight. Definitely appreciative of that. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. It seemed like we had a good turnout tonight. So I don't think I'll be streaming multiple times a week very often, but if I can't stream on Tuesdays, it looks like I know that Wednesdays are an option. Another comment here. If consoles become something like the Switch, will Nintendo get back in the Powerhouse game? Yeah, everyone else goes to handheld, so if Nintendo ever just releases a box... Another cube. Wishful thinking there. Great stream, have a great night. Yeah, glad I can catch up with you guys. Thanks for everything on here. No video again tomorrow, so hopefully this stream will make up for it. But I will be streaming again next Tuesday, and hopefully I will have the next video ready to go when we start. Could be a reaction video now that you guys have given me the idea. Because I don't know, there's just tons of fighting games for the Neo Geo, and that's the next part in the series I'm working on. In retrospect, I probably should have done something that wasn't the biggest one first, so that way it gave me time. But that's what I'm waiting on for that. So enjoy my new stream ending, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great night, everyone.